got YouTube and LinkedIn set up. Welcome, guys. Justin R. Harris here. You know what the channel is on YouTube. Go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that notification. You know the bing, 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 bing. We want that. Welcome back once again. On this one, you already know what the title is. This is exactly how we're going to figure this one out for demographics and the opportunity. What does it create, right? So digging right in on this one without further delay, let's get started. All right, so the fact that you don't know what your demographics are would be significantly a problem, a big hindrance in your business. But I'm not going to say that. Let's say you do know. But how far ahead are you looking, and how far into the trends are you, I guess the term is comparing the product that you have to the changing demographics that your company services, right? So that's exactly what we're going to dig into. And according to Peter Drucker, here's where it goes. Like I said before, remember, on YouTube, go click the link in the description, get the book, follow along, let's go. Of all external changes, demographics defined as changes in population, its size, age, structure, composition, employment, educational status, and income are the clearest, right? They are unambiguous. They have the most predictable consequences. Understand that, the most predictable consequences. Why? Because if you've done your homework and you understand your demographics, and that goes in any line of work, whatever it is that you do, understand your product, understand the demographics, understand the community you serve, okay? So in that point, it has the most predictable consequences. You can predict exactly where you're headed if you in fact understand your demographics. Any company you sign up with, any franchise you purchase, they make you do a demographic study first to see if the product that they have services the community in the location, where it is that you want to do business. You can't just drop a business wherever you want to, okay? Because if it doesn't work, your success is pretty much not going to happen. You're going to be a successful failure, right? If that's a direction you want to go in, right? So they have a major impact on what will be bought, by whom, and in what quantities, right? Demographic shifts may be inherently unpredictable, yet they do have long lead times before impact, okay? And lead times, moreover, that are predictable, right? So that's because of your study. Do your homework. Like I said before, a risky business is only risky when you have least amount of knowledge in it. So the more you understand it, the less risky it will be. Now, that doesn't mean spend all your time preparing to understand your business, okay? You got to get started at some point in time. Make mistakes along the way. Fail forward is the term, right? So don't spend all your time preparing, but at the same time, do your homework, right? Don't do flurries of activity. You're busy in all these different directions and you never quite got started, right? So that's the point there. So let's go ahead here. He goes, particularly important are age distribution and with the highest predictive. We're talking about the value changes in the population gravity. This is interesting how he's digging in here. So what he's going to get into is he's talking about the actual age. So if we were to pick a sector, we're going to get into the age here. So I'm not going to skip ahead. I'm just going to dig. All right, so he goes, in the U.S. in the 1960s, so we're going back, right? But maybe it compares a little bit. This was a shift to teenagers as the fastest growing group, okay? So I guess what we would compare it to today, the biggest term everyone likes to use is millennials, right? So let's go with it for a second. Let's see where he's going. With these shifts came a change in what would be considered representative behavior. The teenagers, of course, continued to behave like teenagers, but that was widely dismissed as the way teenagers behave rather than seen as a change in the constitutive values of behavior of society. Interesting. Statistics are the only starting point for those genuinely willing to go out and into the field, to look, to listen, to change demographics is both a highly productive and highly dependable, innovative opportunity. I like where he's going, and I'm going to break that down in a second. So he goes, action point. What are the demographic factors that affect the market for your products or services? Right? We talked about that. So what are yours? Project these factors 5 to 10 years into the future. What opportunities do they create? So there it is right there. So you want to look at whatever it is that you do. You want to look at those demographic studies. Understand who your audience is and what your product, who they service. Look ahead 5 years. Then look ahead 10 years. How forward thinking are you? There it is. It's just that simple. I'm not going to solve your problem for you. All I'm going to do is create the question in your head and you run with it. Thank you guys for checking in. That's all it is. We're just hitting these right on the point there, getting you guys focused. Take it, apply it to your company, yourself as an entrepreneur, run with it. See you guys. Thanks for checking in.